This is Pokling 888 Telemetrading Daily Market Research and Data Analysis. For Forex updates, for US dollar, dollar softened slightly. The dollar index fell 0.22% to 96.16 on Wednesday. For pound to US dollar, the British pound traded just below 1.33 US dollar in early December, remaining close to a 2021 low of 1.320 US dollar hit last week. Australian dollar to US dollar, the AUD to USD increased 0.0013 or 0.19% to 0.7133 on Wednesday, December 8, from 0.7119 in the previous trading session. US dollar to Philippine peso, the USD to PHP decreased 0.0330 or 0.07% to 50.2370 on Wednesday, December 8, from 50 pesos and 27 cents in the previous trading session. And here are the updates on commodities. For gold price, gold edges higher. Gold prices rose slightly to $1,790 an ounce on Wednesday as the US Treasury yields and the dollar eased. And for crude oil, oil was trading above $72 per barrel, rebounding from early losses and attempting to extend a rally of 8.6% from the previous 2 days. For Brent oil futures fell 0.3% to $75.23 a barrel on Wednesday following strong gains earlier in the week. And here are the updates on stock market. In Europe, European stocks set to open slightly lower. Major bourses in Europe are expected to open slightly lower on Wednesday as investors take a breath following big gains of more than 2% in the previous session. In US stock futures inched up on Wednesday after a tech-led rally in the previous session. As stocks continued to recover from the Omicron sell-off, Dow Jones futures ticked up 0.05%, while S&P 500 and NASDAQ 100 futures rose 0.1% and 0.15% respectively. In Germany, major bourses in Europe swung between small gains and losses on Wednesday as investors take a breath following big gains of more than 2% in the previous session. Both the DAX and the FTSE MIB were slightly lower, while the FTSE 100 and the CAC were in positive territory. On the corporate front, shares of Nestle and L'Oreal will be in the spotlight after the former said it would cut its stake on the latter by around 20%. Meanwhile, Olaf Scholz will become Chancellor of Germany today, replacing Angela Merkel. In United Kingdom, London shares set to open in the red. FTSE 100 futures were slightly lower on Wednesday, pausing after a 3.2% gain in the previous 2 days and tracking a general muted mood in Europe. Traders continue to digest news that the coronavirus Omicron variant may not be as severe as initially thought and thus will have a smaller impact on the economic recovery. On the corporate front, Taylor Wimpey announced Chief Executive Pete Redfern is to step down after more than 14 years at the helm. In Japan, Nikkei 225 ends at near 2-week peak. The Nikkei 225 closed 405 points or 1.42% higher to 28,860 on Wednesday, hovering at a near 2-week high, after Bank of Japan's board member Amamiya Masayoshi said that the Japanese economy is expected to show clear recovery through next year. Japan's GDP fell 0.9% quarter over quarter in quarter three, slightly worse than the initial reading, and market consensus of a 0.8% fall as household consumption took a hit from a resurgence of COVID-19. The index followed a strong rally on Wall Street Tuesday as traders were hopeful that the Omicron strain would be less disruptive for the global economy than initially thought. Technology shares led the gains with semiconductor related stocks surging 2.6%. Renesas Electronics climbed 6.1%, while Taiyo Yuden and Tokyo Electron rallied 5.1% and 2.8% each. In China, Shanghai Composite closes at near 10-week high. The Shanghai Composite Index climbed 42 points or 1.18% to finish at a near 10-week high of 3,637 on Wednesday, while the Shenzhen Index ended 1.82% higher to 14,964 after the three major indexes in the US rallied overnight as fears around the new coronavirus variant eased. In South Africa, the FTSE or JSE All-Share Index edged lower on Wednesday after the index climbed 2.7% to a record 72,939 last session. While in Italy, the FTSE MIB traded almost flat near 2-week highs on Wednesday as traders paused for breath following a 4.57% cumulative gain in the previous two sessions. In India, the S&P BSE Sensex climbed 827 points or 1.43% to 58,457 around midday on Wednesday, rising for the second session in a row. And here are the latest in bonds. In France 10-year bond yield was negative 0.02% on Wednesday, December 8, according to over-the-counter interbank yield codes for this government bond maturity. In Germany, Germany's benchmark bond yield hovered at negative 0.38%, the lowest in over 13 weeks. And here is a trivia. IC Markets November trading volume surpasses $1 trillion, sets record. Sydney-based IC Markets, a Forex and CFDs broker, announced on Monday that it recorded its highest monthly demand in November as trading volume for the month touched $1.016 trillion.